Right, well, I don't know if any of you know, but my particular interest before all of this corona baloney was geopolitics and speaking against neoliberalism and speaking against imperialism. So it's a joke if anybody thinks that I'm far right, I'm far left, if anything, you know. My events are called Imperialism on Trial, and Russia Today live stream them, so you can watch them on YouTube if you want to watch. What I do is I bring together a conglomerate of different people from different backgrounds, former UK ambassadors, 2 former UK ambassadors, former MI5, that's former MI5 because you obviously wouldn't want a current MI5 anywhere near you, but and former CIA, academics, journalists, former and current politicians, and we're vastly, nearly exclusively all on the left. Right, so if I just talk a little bit about neoliberalism and imperialism dating back to September 11th, 2001. Just before 2001 and 2000, there was a document released by the neocons in America, and the document was the PNAC document, Project for the New American Century, which effectively was a blueprint for a new world order. And what we're seeing today is a new world order by pharmaceutical terrorism. We've seen the new world order. We have also seen, in combination, we've seen the new world order in military imperialism. And what the PNAC document in one of the sections was rebuilding American defences. And in that section, it was written that their ongoing process would be a slow and arduous process, save a new Pearl Harbor, a new catalyzing and catastrophic event like a new Pearl Harbor. Well, within a year, these neocons were in government, and they had their new Pearl Harbor in the shape of the attacks on September 11th, which gave them the catalyst and the launch pad to go in to countries in the Middle East. They started with Afghanistan, then they went into Iraq. Then they've done Libya with the assistance of Al-Qaeda as their boots on the ground. They thought that was a brilliant blueprint because unlike Iraq, they didn't have body bags coming back because they had the Al-Qaeda terrorists doing their dirty work on the ground. They thought that would be successful, and they tried to bring it in, and they had brought it in Syria. And they had Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and a whole alphabet of soup of terrorists, Wahhabi, jihadi terrorists, doing their dirty work there. Then in 2015, that all came to a sort of a slowdown with the involvement of the Russians and the Iranians and Hezbollah. That blueprint now has come to an end, and the Americans have lost in their war in Syria to overthrow another democratic country in the Middle East. Syria was a democratic country. It was the most pluralistic country in the Middle East. 10% of the population were Christians. 1% of the population in the Middle East is Christians. So we've seen there's been a stalemate now with their military imperialism. What happened then in February and March of this year was a new type of imperialism through the auspices of a pandemic, or a supposed pandemic, which they've just picked an ordinary year with a flu and called it COVID-19 and ramped up the fear day and night.
We're not fair!
So what effectively we've seen happening was the New World Order in its medical guise. The World Health Organization, which is part of the UN. This UN and the WHO were founded by the Rockefellers. We see the appointees of the WHO, Tedros, and the first head of the WHO never to have a medical degree. He's a yes man. He's part of that clique with the Obamas and all of the political oligarchs. These people are put in place because they're yes men. And the World Health Organization has changed from being primarily focused on healthcare and on sanitation and on hunger to pharmaceutical. They're just a wing of the pharmaceutical industry. That pharmaceutical industry started at the turn of the last century with the funding of people like the Carnegies, but particularly with the Rockefellers. Got a helicopter here. Just come overhead a second.